JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, 44-year-old disarmed by a 16-year-old boy during altercation. A 44-year-old would-be shooter was disarmed by a 16-year-old boy on Chisholm Avenue, Kingston 5 on Sunday, and the gun and the suspect handed over to the police. Reports are that about 2 p.m., both males had a dispute, during which the suspect pulled a gun and pointed it at the teen. A struggle ensued, during which the teen used a machete to inflict wounds to the suspect and managed to relieve him of the gun. The police were summoned, and the weapon, a 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 1 cartridge, was handed over to the police, along with the suspect. The suspect was treated at a medical facility for his injuries and remains in police custody. Detectives assigned to the Halfway Tree Police Station are investigating. 2 dead, 5 injured in separate weekend crashes. 1 woman has died and 5 men are nursing injuries after the motor vehicle they were traveling in collided with a parked truck in the community of Rose Heights, St. James on Sunday night. The deceased has been identified as 36-year-old Simone Hortner for Ponside District, Hanover address. Arthur Lynch, counsel for the Montego Bay South Division, said that he was just meters away from where the accident took place. Upon turning onto 41 Boulevard in Rose Heights, I heard a loud collision. Just about 2 meters down the roadway, I realized that a motor vehicle had hit into a parked truck, Lynch said. Residents ran to the assistance of the people in the car. I immediately turned around the pickup truck that I was driving and assisted 5 young men to the Cornwall Regional Hospital. The other individual, a woman, was pinned under the steering wheel. He continued, the residents were unable to take her out, so I left the scene to head to the hospital and returned within 10 minutes to see if they were able to help the young lady from the vehicle, he said. Lynch, a former fireman and emergency medical technician, shared that firefighters used the jaws of life tool to extricate her from the vehicle. They were unable to find a pulse and there was no sign of life, said Lynch. The other occupants of the car are said to have received severe injuries. Lynch shared that one of the injured appeared to be about 14 years old. Over in St. Elizabeth, a 23-year-old man was killed in a motor vehicle crash on the Lacovia Main Road in the parish on Sunday. He has been identified as the Marco Debo, otherwise called Pi, of Burnt Ground District in Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth. Police reports are that about 1:30 a.m., Debo was traveling in a Toyota Axle motor car towards Santa Cruz when the driver lost control of the vehicle and crashed into the guardrail on the Lacovia Bridge. Debo was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Indicom probing shooting of caught by colleague outside Vale Royal. The Independent Commission of Investigations, Indicom, is probing the shooting of a policeman by his colleague outside the gates of Vale Royal on Montrose Road in St. Andrew on Monday morning. Reports are that the police constable was shot and injured during an altercation with a member of the Protective Services Division about 2:30 a.m. It's reported that the injured cop requested to use the bathroom and was refused. The constable reportedly pulled his gun and approached the sentry box. He was shot in the stomach by the other policeman. The injured cop was admitted in hospital. Vale Royal is the official residence of the Prime Minister of Jamaica. Bloody weekend, 6 killed in Western Jamaica. Gunmen went on the rampage across sections of Western Jamaica on the weekend, resulting in 6 persons being murdered across St. James, Trelawney, Hanover, and Westmoreland. 5 of the deceased have been identified as Tika Ennis, 21, of Boston in the USA, and Refuge District in Trelawney, Iron Jarrett, 38, of Spicy Hill in Duncan's, Trelawney, Orange Michael, 25, labourer from Manchester address, Omaria Morris, 16, of Williamsfield District, St. Elizabeth, Marlon Smith, 36, otherwise called Rat Nation, a vendor of Pimento Hill, Germantown, St. James. The other victim has not been identified. Reports are that about 11 a.m. on Saturday, Ennis, her 4-year-old daughter, and another woman were walking along the roadway between Refuge District and Spicy Hill when they were ambushed by armed men. The gunmen opened fire, hitting Ennis and the other woman. They also abducted a child, but she was later found alive. The police were alerted to the scene, and upon arrival, Ennis and the other female were transported to the Falmouth Hospital, where she was pronounced dead, and the other woman admitted in critical condition. Gunmen had struck earlier Saturday morning in another section of Trelawney, resulting in Jarrett being shot to death inside his 1-room board dwelling in Spicy Hill. On Friday in St. James, Morris and Smith were killed minutes apart. In the first incident about 9:20 p.m., Smith and another man were walking along a section of the roadway in Maroon Town when they were pounced upon by armed men who opened fire, hitting them multiple times. They were rushed to hospital where Smith died and the other man admitted. Morris was shot and killed about 9:45 p.m. by unknown assailants in Kent Quarry District. Meanwhile, the Green Island Police in Hanover reported that Smichael, who was reportedly staying at a premises in Suntoy District, was gunned down in the community about 8:45 a.m. Saturday after it was pounced upon by armed men. The Westmoreland Police confirmed on Sunday afternoon that a man was shot and killed in the Withorn community. The police reported that the incident occurred shortly after 3:30 p.m., but was unable to identify the victim. Circumstances surrounding the shooting were also sketchy. The Area 1 Police Division has started out 2022 on a bloody note, already recording 79 murders. St. James accounts for 41, followed by Westmoreland with 23, Trelawney 8, and Hanover 7. George Wright asked to leave JLP meeting. The Independent Member of Parliament MP for Westmoreland Central, George Wright, was reportedly asked to leave a Jamaica Labour Party JLP Area Council 4 annual general meeting in Westmoreland on Sunday after showing up unannounced. A few minutes to 2, Wright was seen walking to the Godfrey Stewart High School in the parish and headed to the hall in which the private session of the meeting was held. At about 2 p.m., he was seen leaving the meeting in the presence of Councillor for the Cornwall Mountain Division, Donald Foster, who is the current chairperson for the constituency. I did not see him actually, but I think they sent somebody to ask him to leave. So I think he left. I am not sure, stated J.C. Hutchinson, Deputy Leader of Area Council 4, emphasizing, if I had seen him, I would have told him to leave myself. A member of the constituency, who did not want to come on the record, confirmed that Wright was asked to leave. Area Council 4 comprises the parishes of Trelawney, St. James, Hanover, Westmoreland, and St. Elizabeth. Hutchinson told journalists that Wright was not supposed to be at the private or public session. This is a Jamaica Labour Party session, and we did not invite any outsiders who are not members of the Jamaica Labour Party. Hutchinson further argued that the only people who were invited are those from the media. The controversial MP had resigned from the JLP in April of last year, following the surfacing of a viral social media video in which a man was seen using a stool to hit a woman. He has neither confirmed nor denied that is the man seen in the video. Days later, the police closed their probe into the matter as a result of the unwillingness of the parties involved and potential witnesses to participate in the investigation, as well as the poor quality of the video alleged to capture the incident. When asked if Wright had committed a breach, Hutchinson responded, I think he must have felt that he was still part of the Labour Party. As part of the party's hierarchy, Hutchinson allowed the General Secretary of the party, Dr. Horace Chang, who has the responsibility of reviewing memberships, said any hope of Wright rejoining his beloved party by making an application will not take place anytime soon. My take on it is that if it's going to come, it will come down the line, not now, assured Hutchinson. Last Thursday, Dr. Horace Chang said that Wright's membership is currently not up for review. When asked whether he has any intention of returning to the JLP or to remain an independent MP, Wright declared, I have no comment on that. Despite the declaration, there is an apparent close connection between Wright and the ruling party, especially government ministers. Dr. Chang concurred that the government has a close working relationship with Wright. He's an MP and we don't treat him any differently from any other MP. We work closely with all MPs, Dr. Chang stressed. Increasing used car marts affecting other businesses in Manchester, says Phillips. Member of Parliament for Manchester North Western, Michael Phillips, says the proliferation of used car marts in the South Central Parish is affecting the expansion of legitimate business opportunities and spoiling the aesthetics of the town. Manchester is known as the king of used cars right now. We have them at every juncture, and even some locations where legitimate business persons try to get properties and can't get it. Because the National Works Agency says that the entrance to the roadway is not conducive for any such businesses. But we see chain link fences going up right across the parish, he said, while speaking at Manchester Chamber of Commerce's launch in the Tropics function at Tropics View Hotel in Hatfield. Phillips further said the car marts make the parish look ugly. Even though you speak of a clean parish, and that is even another issue, is that the parish is looking ugly with these chain link fences right across. And I mean, my point fingers and may say that is the politician's work, but it is not my job alone. It is each and every one of us who call Manchester home, he said. Car marts, which are popular in Mandeville and its environs, have been rapidly increasing on lands adjacent to the Winston Jones Highway to Spurtree Hill Main Road over the years. It is our responsibility to ensure that we hold the Municipal Council and the National Works Agency accountable as business people, Phillips told the audience of business leaders in Manchester. He said the leaders must look at means of attracting investment in Manchester. Phillips added that people are hoping for a booming business when the US $188 million Maple to Williamsville leg of Highway 2000, now under construction, is expected to be completed in March 2023. The project, which will reduce travel time between Kingston, Mandeville, and Points West, was originally scheduled for completion in October 2022. We have a new highway coming, which will make it shorter for people to come to Manchester. You see more people buying land and just putting it down, hoping for the boom, said Phillips. He also pointed to the once booming bauxite industry, which brought economic growth to Manchester. Bauxite is already dead, so now we have to look at the parish and see what other industries we can bring here to ensure that Manchester survives, he said. Jamaica reports 25 new COVID cases, no deaths. Jamaica reported 25 new cases of COVID-19 and no fatalities on Sunday, according to the latest statistics and the Ministry of Health and Wellness. This pushed the total number of cases of the virus since the start of the pandemic to 127,986, and the death toll remains at 2,813. Of the newly reported cases, there were 11 females and 14 males, with ages ranging from 3 years to 100 years. The cases were recorded in St. James 7, Kingston and St. Andrew 5, St. Elizabeth 4, Clarendon 3, St. Catherine 2, Hanover 1, Manchester 1, St. Mary 1, and St. Thomas 1. The country also recorded 284 new recoveries, bringing the total number of recoveries to 76,987. The positivity rate for the latest round of testing was 2.6%. There were 134 people hospitalized, 10 of them critically ill. There are 633 confirmed active cases on the island. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.